Andrew Tate was right. I honestly hear far too many people trying to criticize him and tell other people that he's wrong. These people either don't understand basic human biology or are criticizing the wrong things. Since you clicked on this video to try to disprove me, I will show you exactly why and how he is right about everything that he has said, and that some things are just merely misunderstood. You may hate me for agreeing with him, or you may have the humility to change your opinion with new information that you didn't understand before. Everything that he says is true. At least everything that I've heard him say is true. The main topic that he talks about is masculinity and what it means to be a man. And the topic branches off to work, being a man, and women. Firstly, he says that every man should become a big G, make millions, become a provider and a protector, and escape the matrix. Modern men think it isn't necessary to become a provider. They think that they can make an inferior salary, be mentally weak, and still find the woman of their dreams. And feminist women try to push this narrative even further. They pretend like they push this narrative so that men and women could be equal, when it is really women trying to make a matriarchal society and trying to overpower men. So stupid, weak modern men believe this, which makes them lazy and undisciplined, since they don't have anything as important to pursue as being a provider. But then they miraculously do find a woman, and the woman is very quick to realize how useless this man is, since he has no masculine drive to pursue what should be the most important thing in a man's life, and it basically becomes the woman looking after a man-child, which then of course leads to divorce, and partly why divorce rates are so high in these recent years. And neither can understand what went wrong because they both listen to what society has been saying to them. I'm sure you understand how a divorce like this could have been prevented if the man was masculine, made millions, protected and provided for his woman. Andrew also explains that a man should be able to handle physical combat, protect his woman, know that no one is coming to save you from your problems, and drink sparkling water. Modern men live such a sheltered life that they do not understand the potential problems that they may face in their life. One being physical combat. Modern people in general actually think that it's such a bad thing to be aggressive or violent, when it is absolutely necessary. They say this, but when someone acts out and becomes aggressive, they call the police, who use aggression and violence to deal with the problem. You need to be aggressive, but also have it under control, so that you can protect yourself, your people, and your woman. Modern men also think that they should complain and talk about their problems like women do. And once again, this couldn't be further from the truth. No one is going to respect a man who is constantly negative due to complaining, and who cannot deal with his own problems himself. And this is once again modern feminist women trying to weaken men, because if men are not told to suck it up and deal with it, they will go talk about their problems and have someone else deal with their problems. Whereas if they were told to suck it up and deal with it, they would become an incredibly strong man due to being able to solve problems. And so it means that they have less problems to deal with and make the world a better place and help other people with their problems as well. You're not fat because you're depressed. You're depressed because you're fat. Learn how to deal with your problems yourself, because if you go to other people with your problems, sure they may help, but they will see you as a weak man. And the most controversial opinions that he has is about women, and this is where people think he is either sexist or misogynist. He says that men are better fighters, they're better under stress, women belong to the man when they're exclusive, men are better drivers, and women shouldn't sleep around. Modern women have gotten out of hand for their push for equal rights through feminism. Yes, equal rights are necessary, but they have gotten mixed up equal outcome and equal opportunity. They want equal pay, even though men work more dangerous and scalable jobs, and men get paid more in the same jobs because they work more, work longer hours, and are more disagreeable. These women are offended when they're told that men work better under stress, but are not able to handle stressful situations as much and as well as men. They are offended that men want them to stay at home and look after the children, when their biological makeup primes them for having children, and men's biological makeup primes them for working and providing. In most cultures, it is tradition for the woman to belong to the man. The woman's father gives her over to the man and she takes his surname. They get upset when women being bad drivers jokes are made, even though men are less emotional and have quicker reaction times, which are two very important traits to have as a good driver. Even saying that men are better leaders is wrong because women can be leaders too. Yes, that is true, but most women simply do not want that. And the fact is that these are generalizations, because exceptions don't disprove the rule. Lastly, women shouldn't sleep around. One thing is that women will likely not be able to handle a man if he goes off in his own direction and starts doing what he wants to her, whereas vice versa, the same principle wouldn't apply. And most importantly, the same reason why men get sent out to war while women and children stay safely at home, and why when the Titanic was sinking, women and children got put onto lifeboats first, which left most men to either drown or freeze. A mother and a child are one of the most valuable commodities on earth. Everything else that he says is merely just an opinion. Possibly the most controversial thing about him is that in a relationship, he can sleep with other women, but his woman cannot sleep with other men. Anybody could see why this is controversial, and even thinking about it for a while, it still doesn't make sense. The only justification you could have for it is that women are one of the most valuable commodities on earth. But then that leads to the question, if they're so valuable, why have casual sex with so many women? Will that not only lead them to become a tainted commodity? Whatever the answer is, understand that this is only Andrew's opinion on his relationships. He has never told anyone to do the same, nor has he told any women to let their men do that. His method of making his first millions is also frowned upon, as he started a webcam studio with 2 of his girlfriends at the time. And again, understandably, the reason why this is frowned upon, because the time and energy he took into making his first millions didn't make the world a better place, as of course any sort of porn makes men weak, whereas someone like me who wants to make videos through YouTube ads on videos made to help people, and also coaching people to help them become the best versions of themselves, you would clearly see the difference in morality and intent between someone like me and Andrew Tate. The final point is that understand that everybody wants to talk to him to ask about his controversial views, which is probably the main reason why he gets invited into so many podcasts. So it wouldn't make sense for you to think he's a dick since you only see his controversial viewpoints. Take the time and look up Andrew Tate funny moments or something, because you need to see that he is also human, who isn't being constantly aggressive or controversial. You mainly see the controversial side of him, because that is what will forever drive the most views.